I just finished another playthrough of Pokemon Yellow, and while I was going through the game, I had thoughts of 10 useless facts about Gen 1 Pokemon. Number 1. Even though I've only played through Gen 1 twice now by playing Red and Blue, I've played Kanto games way more times than I can count. Kanto is the region featured in the most Pokemon games. It's appeared in 14 games.
I've played Kanto more times than I can count.
Seems like something most veteran Pokemon fans would know by now, but hopefully in this video you'll hear about some things you don't know about Kanto in Gen 1. And guys, I'm a brand new channel, so if you like these kinds of videos, I really appreciate whoever sees this video to be among my first supporters, and hit that like and subscribe button. Alright, I'll give you a second. Can you think of the 4 Pokemon that have been present in every main series game? No, it is not Pikachu. Psyduck, Golduck, Magnemite, and Magneton have been present in every main series game. Psyduck and Golduck specifically can even be caught in every single game except for Leaf Green and Sword and Shield until the DLC came out. Did you know that all 3 Kanto starters are based off of reptiles? I didn't notice this until my most recent playthrough. They started with the final stage evolutions before they then designed them in reverse and landed on the creatures we know as the first starter trio, or as Nintendo is now insistent on calling them, first partner Pokemon. Now, Gen 1 is notorious for glitches, but here are a few that I really love that I liked and never knew until I was thinking about them, or until I encountered some of these hyper-specific ones during my Yellow playthrough. So multi-hit moves use the same number each hit for damage. This means if one crits, they all will. If you hit with a super effective move, the message only displays if the move was super effective against the opposing Pokemon's second type. Most people know Gen 1 Hyper Beam does not need to recharge if you KO an opponent with it, but did you know that this applies if you KO a sub too? And speaking of subs, did you know that you do not faint from self-destruct or explosion when KOing a substitute? Let me know if you'd like a whole video on some of these truly crazy Gen 1 glitches, even though it's somehow less broken than some of the most recent Pokemon games. I had a ton of fun writing down some of these glitches throughout my playthrough, and I'd love to talk about them more. Moving on, did you know that the grass type is the type with the most interactions with the type chart, being resisted by 6 types in Gen 1 and being super effective on 3. Then they apparently decided grass needed to be resisted by an additional type a few years later, that being the Gen 2 newly added steel type. The type with the most Pokemon in Gen 1 is poison, followed by water and normal. I always thought that there were more water types, but throughout my playthrough this is a question that I was wondering, and I was surprised to find that there were a lot of poison types. I guess that's just because I thought so many of these were grass types at first, and realizing that almost all grass Gen 1 Pokemon also have the poison type as their secondary type. The type with the least amount of Pokemon in Gen 1 is a tie between Ghost and Dragon, each of which only having one signature line to represent their given types. Surprisingly, even though Ice, Dragon, and Ghost are bottom 4 in representation of their given types in Gen 1, they inhabit 75% of the Elite 4. Looking at you, Birdkeeper Lance. Okay, I knew I said I was done with glitches, but I got one more. Everyone likes to talk about how those statues in the gyms look like Rhydon, right? But did you know that you can fish on them? Okay, our final fact for today. Remember earlier in the video when we mentioned Psyduck and Golduck being present in every main series game? Well, equally surprising is that they haven't received any special treatment, such as a Mega, Regional Variant or Regional Evolution, Baby Pokemon, Gigantamax, Evolution, Z-Move, Paradox Equivalent, etc., even though they've been present in every single game. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a specific video on Pokemon that haven't received any special treatment thus far. I think some of the Gen 1s are especially significant because so many have received those forms, and there's only a few left behind at this point. I've been playing Pokemon for years now and have always wanted to start a channel. So if you found these facts interesting, want more videos like this to keep on in the background while you complete your 3rd playthrough of Legends Arceus, since they won't give us Virtual Console on the Switch, then please consider subscribing. And since I'm a new channel, your input on the types of videos you'd like to see here would be greatly appreciated and would help shape the start of this channel's time on YouTube. Please leave them in the comments below. And thanks. Have a good one.